Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I have for you this beautiful little journal. I wanted to share with you how I made sorry the cover for this journal. It has this cool looking texture, uh, kind of leather like. So I wanted to walk you all through the steps that I took to make this cover. But first, let me give you a little peek inside. The cover has stitching with black thread all around, and I just used a black elastic closure with a button. I thought it went well with the black stitching. Let's look at the inside. It's very minimalistic and I haven't decorated it much. You just have this pocket and a few pieces of ephemera that go into it. Then the whole journal is all plain simple craft paper, good for writing. Then you have another pocket here at the back with some more ephemera. I've just reinforced the spine with some washi tape, but I've kept it fairly simple. I just like the look of this journal and the feel of the cover. You can just feel the texture, all the ridges and the various lines. So it's a fairly easy and simple technique how I did this. So I thought I'll walk you through how I made the cover. So we'll put this aside. Now what I did for the cover was I used a magazine page that I had. It's a similar one. I've since then ran out of those magazine pages, but this is a similar page. It is slightly firmer and it has this, I'm not sure if you can see, but slightly glossy look to it, and it is very firm. You can hear that. So it's not very flimsy and very thin. So I just took that as my base for the cover. And what you'll need to do is you'll need some kind of a plastic of this kind. This is just some document folder thing that we get. We use these to place our documents inside. So you can just use one of these, just cut it open, and then you can spread this out to protect your work surface. So you'll just have to lay this out. It's not just about protecting your work surface, but also when you actually do the technique and use glue and stuff, the paper that you're using, the magazine page, it's gonna get wet and difficult to move around. So having this underneath will really help with lifting it and peeling it off, and helps it, even if you want to move it while it's drying. So the plastic sheet will help in that. So what you do is you simply lay your plastic down and you place the sheet over it, and for the top I have used napkins of this kind. What I did here was I've used this colored napkin, a kind of maroon shade it is. I don't have have those napkins at present, but you could just use any napkin. It was very similar to this one. So what you do is you take any PVA glue, white or clear, and you just mix it with water. So if you have 2 parts of PVA glue, you mix it with 1 part of water. That's 2:1 ratio of glue and water, and you take that mixture and you apply it well on your page, and then you take your napkins. Make sure that you have it just down to 1 layer. You don't want multiple ply napkins, you just want 1 layer. So even if you have multiple ply napkin, you can just peel them off to just 1 layer, and then you scrunch it up nicely like that. And then the more you wrinkle it up, the better it will be, because that is what will give all these ridges and lines on it. So you crinkle it up nicely and lay it down on the glue. So what I did here was, this is not just a single piece of napkin. I tore the napkin and I just kept layering them down. I kept applying the glue and water mixture and just placed my pieces of napkin. Once you have covered the whole page with your scrunched up napkin, you apply another coat of water and glue mixture over it and leave the whole thing to dry. If you are not willing to use white napkins, after the piece has dried, you can paint over it or stamp over it or ink it or do whatever. And then once it's done, you can simply fold it and use it as any soft cover journal, how you'd make using maybe fabric or any other soft cover material that you'd use. So, and after I dried it and cut it to size, I just sewed the edges and added the closure, and then added my signature. What I did here is, you see 2 colored threads. So one is, I did not have a firmer thread, a strong thread in black, so I simply used the regular white thread I use for sewing the signatures, and I just sewed the signatures not to the cover but just by themselves, just the papers together. And then that sewed signature, I sewed it again onto the cover with a black thread. I didn't want the white popping out. I thought it would clash with the color scheme going on, so I wanted something black on the outside. That's the reason you see 2 colors of threads. It just makes it more strong, I guess. So that was about this little journal and the technique I used to make the cover. I hope you found this video helpful, and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Bye.